Have you ever wondered how an RRSP works, how much you can contribute, and what are the advantages and disadvantages with regards to other tools? Well, today we're going to dive into specifically how an RRSP works. So what is an RRSP? A simple way to explain it is just to define what RRSP means. RRSP means a Registered Retirement Savings Plan. So the idea behind this is for retirement. And if you haven't seen the video that compares RRSP to the tax-free savings account mathematically, I suggest you guys to check it out. That way you'll see that unless you're planning to use this for retirement or for a period where your income is going down, the RRSP is typically inferior to the tax-free savings account, and it might even be inferior to just putting money aside in a bank account that's not sheltered from taxes. But I'll let you guys look at that video to figure that one out. There is two categories though that we'll cover at the very end of this video that leads to a potential advantage of using the RRSP. And then for now, how much can you contribute towards it? So your contribution limit, roughly speaking, is about 18% of your salary of the previous year. So let's say you earn 100,000, well, you can contribute 18,000 out of that to your RRSP. Whatever you do not use in that year can be carried over to the following year. So don't fear that, oh, I didn't use it, I'll lose these advantages. No, you could use it later, so don't worry about it too much. If you're in a situation like myself, who has access to a pension through your employment, that actual limit will be adjusted. So roughly speaking, and I say roughly speaking because things might change over time between me shooting this video and you guys actually putting into practice. So I'd say find those details. I'll try to always keep links up to date to all the very little details. But 18% of your income is eligible to be used as an RRSP. And then up to a certain limit. So if you earn $1 million, it won't be 18% of $1 million. It's roughly 28,000. It's just a little bit less right now, is the maximum amount that you could contribute if you don't have another pension and so on. So that's the situation that we're in right now. And that amount gets carried over year after year. But the safest way to know how much you could contribute is really just to refer to your previous year's income tax returns. It mentions what's your maximum amount of contributions for the following year. And I'd say stick with that, because otherwise, if you calculate it yourself and you over contribute, you're subject to different penalties. And I'd try to steer clear of that as much as possible. What is the age limit that you can use RRSP? Is 71 years. So beyond that age, you're no longer allowed to contribute. So you're able to contribute up to retirement, and a little bit beyond that if you expect retirement to be around 65 years. But beyond 71, you can't contribute anymore. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then for the two advantages that you can have with an RRSP that you don't have with the other tools is the home buyers plan, which was covered in a separate video, and then the lifelong learning plan, which is less applicable in this situation here that we're looking at from a real estate perspective. But the lifelong learning plan allows you to take out money from your RRSP to go back to school and pay for tuition and other expenses. There's a limit of about $10,000 per year for 2 years for a $20,000 maximum at this point. But look into it if ever you're interested in it in the future. Those are the two kind of advantages you could take advantage of with a RRSP. So overall, Registered Retirement Savings Plan is for retirement, and it should be limited to that. It has some tax advantages. It's always attractive to kind of deposit money into your Registered Retirement Savings Plan like in January or February before income tax season, and to see a lot of that money come back to you right afterwards when through an income tax return. It's always a pleasant feeling just knowing, oh, I put money in and I have like 10,000 deposited and I got like 5,000 of that $10,000 back. But if you look through the mathematical example that was shot in a separate video, you should note that it's not always advantageous to you from a financial standpoint. And that's typically the case if you're doing this early in your career where you have a good income but not a great income, and you decide to take that money out later on in your career to buy anything else than your first house, and that in that situation there, you have a much higher income and a much higher marginal tax rate. So always keep that in mind. Hope you found this video interesting. I'll catch you on the next one. If you found this video interesting, please consider subscribing or joining my class where I guide you to apply and expand on the information found in these videos to real life examples. Have a good day.